it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today, and I hope your new year is going well already. I, as promised, said I would make a 3D item today, and it sort of is. I mean, it is 3D. I didn't really make it. This is one of our lovely pillow boxes. They're in the annual catalogue. So do remember, we still have this lovely annual catalogue. We're on the last day of the autumn-winter catalogue. So if there is anything that you want that is in that, today is your day for getting it. Even if it's carrying over, remember that bundle prices don't. So just bear that in mind. So the craft pillow box is on page 172 of your annual catalogue. You get 10 boxes for £4.75. So really nice little gift boxes to have on hand for last minute gifting. So I'm using from the new catalogue the Peaceful Moments bundle. I can't show it in the catalogue because we're still not live, but I can show you the bits. And we've got a set of embossing, a set of die cuts, or dies rather, we have die cuts as well. These are all of the lovely dies that we get in this, that's not a die, that's a die cut, that we get in this set. Is that everything? No, it's not. It's not. Where are my other bits? Lost them already. There they are, hiding. So lots. And they make these really pretty poppies or other flowers that are that sort of shape. If you're wondering what these are, this is a poppy bud, and you just cut out of a green and a red. I say a poppy bud. They're a flower bud, and you can use them either with this die or these two. This is a flower centre. This is a flower centre for the half poppy, and then we've also got another flower centre, so you can layer your flower centres up. And I'm using the Peaceful Moments, which is the stamp set that comes with it, and it's Life is Better with a Friend Like You. Do remember that I link everything to my blog post, which is below. So I've got close-up photos, lists of everything that I've used, I said close-up photos. So yes, don't worry about exactly what I've used. You don't have to take notes because I will be listing it all for you. I have saved some time by doing die cutting because that can take a while, particularly when I've used pretty much every die in the set. The first thing, whoops, no, I shouldn't show you that. First thing I did was die cut just a scrap of white card with this die. And this is basically just a background, and you can use it for all sorts of things. I happen to be using it to put some embossing paste down. So I've got my silicone mat, my die cut, and I've deliberately done a sort of a narrow side there because we are going to pop do paste through on two sides. A bit of washi tape is a good idea. My brain still hasn't recovered. I'm filming this on New Year's Day, and although we didn't have an awful lot to drink, we didn't get home until it was nearer 3 o'clock than anywhere else. So I'm feeling a little lacking in sleep, I think is the honest answer. So yes, my brain isn't quite working. I'm using the Shimmer White embossing paste. I've had this for an age. It's my first pot. I have now ordered a second pot, but I've still got quite a lot in this pot. So using one of the tools that are also in the annual catalogue, just pick up some and squish. It's a technical phrase, but squish. And you want to just get it to go through evenly through your die cut, and so it's, you know, it's like a mask, which we do masks, but this is a do your own mask. I'm going to leave that on there because what I'm now going to do is lift up and turn over, and then this is why I've got this narrow piece, and I just need to make sure I know where the edge of the box is, which is there. And I'm going to be quite gentle here because I don't want to squish too much the paste that I've already got down. And again, just spread your paste and just be careful that you don't come that way and smudge what you've already got. And then once you are happy that you've got that full, you can come back, scrape off the excess and get that back properly into the pot. I keep the film attached and then tighten up the pot really well, and I actually even keep it in the bag that it came in. You don't want air to get to the paste if you can help it. And then clean your tool, and this is just a wet wipe. You can use just soapy water, but I don't have a running tap in my craft room, and my craft room is at the back of the garage, which is not attached to the house. So that ain't happening. And then you just peel this off, and you've got all of your lovely embossing, and some on your silicone mat, but that's what the silicone mat's there for, and it will just wipe off that really easily, particularly when it's dry. This I'm just going to throw away. It gets, the paste starts building up, so it gets less effective. But yeah, just scrap paper. I use the paper from the back of the Designer Series paper packs. This I'm just going to pop to one side to dry. Doesn't take terribly long, but I have done a Blue Peter special and prepared one earlier so that we can get through this reasonably quickly. I have also die cut my bits for the poppy, so let me just start building those up. It's reasonably easy to work out how it goes because this side is very wobbly and this side isn't. So all I've done is add some multi-purpose liquid adhesive to the larger areas, because that way you'll know that you're getting something stuck down, and then just a little bit on these fine edges where you want to make sure it's properly stuck down, and then just pop that onto its base. Press, and I like to do the whole pressing from the wrong side bit, and the glue will dry clear, so if some of it does squidge out, don't get too concerned. And then this, I actually had some adhesive sheet on the back of my basic black, so just peel that off, and let's see, I want it that way, so just pop that on top. And I've also die cut some leaves. So this is Calypso Coral and Poppy Parade. Obviously you can change the colours so that they can be any cards that you want. I'm minus a die cut. Where have I lost my die cut? Always helpful. Okay. Okay, well I can always cut another one, I guess. I did cut all of them, and somewhere along the line I have lost one, but never mind. So I need some old olive. There was me thinking I would be saving time by doing them ahead of the time. I will probably find them the moment I have, yeah, that'll do. The moment I get this die cut, we'll find the original. But there we go. That's what happens when I prep. I lose things. Okay, I've probably thrown it away knowing me. So let's just get that out and pop my cardstock back in the drawer. I'm going to be looking for it now. Anywho, again, oh, and there it is. There it is. I'm actually going to use that because I did a better job of die cutting it. I did say I'd find it, didn't I? So all I need to do is again add a little bit of liquid adhesive. And I really do mean a little bit, that's probably too much. So we'll try and spread that around a bit. And then pop that down. And leave that to one side. This one is slightly more exciting to do, but again, you just want the smallest amount of adhesive. It's a good adhesive, so you don't need too much of it. And pop that down. You can tell I'm concentrating because I've gone quiet. There we go. And because it's a liquid adhesive, you can just move it so that it's in the right place. And then these bits are going to be hidden, so I'm not too worried about sticking those very end bits. Right, okay, so the other bit I need to do is to emboss the sentiment, and I'm using, again, Life is Better with a Friend Like You, and I've got an offcut of Poppy Parade, and my embossing buddy, Versamark ink, and just blow away some of the excess. And stamp, and then a scrap of paper, and I've used the Shimmery black embossing powder, which is again in the annual catalogue, and just pour that over your embossing, your stamped piece. And I do always like to do 2 passes, just in case you miss the first time. Pop that to one side, tap that down, and pour the excess back into the pot. I really must get a pot to put this in. I've got my Shimmery white in a pot now, so I really do need to put my Shimmery black in a pot, really, don't I? Okay, heat emboss. So it's time for the trusty cheese board. What would I do without my trusty cheese board? And blast that. Always heat your heat tool before you pop it on your embossing. And as soon as it starts to melt, move it gently on, or slowly I suppose, on to the next piece. And it's as simple as that. Okay, pop my board away. Now I have put this on too large a piece because I wanted to cut it down. It's much easier to cut down than it is to stamp accurately. So I've gone for the easier of the 2 options. I have managed reasonably straight, and I'm just going to trim the ends a wee bit, and then noting that this has a strong spring, so it is going to stay up while I dice with death, and line up my cardstock so it's nearer the edge, because I want it as narrow as I can get it. Same again this side, and basically what I'm doing is lining up this edge with something here. In this case, the edge of the grid. Now this is only available for demonstrators for the remainder of today. We can buy it with the Designer Series paper sample pack, so we're allowed to get it now. And if you want it and you're not a demonstrator, then you can get it as part of your starter kit, which you can buy from tomorrow. So if you're in the UK or Europe and would like to join my team, you will get, for £99 or the equivalent of euros, £130 or euro equivalent of product, any stamp set you like other than the host set or a celebration set, and the mini guillotine and 6x6 Designer Series paper sample pack, all for £99, no postage, and then you get to have a discount on all your future purchases for at least 6 months. So that's brilliant. Great way of just saving some money. Okay, so to pop this all together, the first thing I'm going to do is stick my leaves down. So they're coming at the bottom of my little box. So I'll pop some adhesive on those. So there's one, and I want them to come up so they're then going to be hidden behind the poppy. And again, and then the end one, I want a small dimensional, a mini, if you like, dimensional, and that then goes there. And this is where I say these ends I wasn't too fussed about because they're going to be hidden. Now, sticking on top of the paste is interesting, I think is the word I'm going to use. Just going to pop the block there for a moment. My poppy, which is going to be that way, I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that. And I'm not going to bother in the middle because that's going to be where the bend comes up. I hope that makes sense. So these go, or this rather goes like that. And that again will help to hold everything in place. But if you're making this at home, I would say once you've glued these, put a block on for a while and then leave it to dry properly. And then a couple of dimensionals on one end. Ooh, actually, and I want a mini on the other end. And I want the mini at the bottom. So let's take those off. Where are we doing time-wise? Good grief, 17 minutes, that's ridiculous. And just pop that down there. And then you can pop your box up. I like to put the cutaway ends in first. And then there is your lovely little gift box. So there you go, with our lovely new poppies. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe if you don't already. As I say, I'll have some close-up photos and a list of all the products I've used over on my website, which is linked below. And if you just click the link that says associated blog post, you will shoot over there. I'll also have a list of what I've used below as well. And do remember that Celebration is the best time to join Stamping Up and my team, because you get lots of extra free stuff. If you don't want to join, just remember that the key number is £45. Every multiple of £45 means you get to have a free item from the Celebration catalogue. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.